is, I recently saw a post on social media that really irked me. And I want to share. I'm not going to share the post, but I want to share what I saw. And I'm curious to know what you guys think, especially you guys in the chat room. And I'll put your comments up. So listen to this. Are you ready for this? Even the ones that aren't agreeing with me, everybody in the chat room right now, listen to this. I recently saw a social media post that said, here are the top 10 all-time great heavyweights. Now, obviously, this was somebody's opinion, right? Here's the list, all right? Top 10, okay? All-time greats. Remember, top 10 all-time greats. Number 1, Muhammad Ali. Okay. Number 2, Alexander Usyk. Number 3, George Foreman. Number 4, Lennox Lewis. Number 5, Larry Holmes. Number 6, Joe Frazier. Number 7, Tyson Fury. Number 8, Deontay Wilder. Number 9, Mike Tyson. Number 10, Moses Aituma. I mean, okay, all right, look. Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and Moses Aituma can't be in the conversation yet. Okay? They can't. And the reason they can't is because they're still active. You have to, at least my opinion, you have to wait 5 years until after a fighter has retired, and you get to really dissect and appreciate their career, and they'll end up somewhere else. I'm not going to argue with the all-time greats that are on this list, but Usyk is not an all-time great yet. Okay, he very well may be, but I don't think for a million years he'll be that high. Tyson Fury, all-time great. He's not going to be number 7. Deontay Wilder, not an all-time great. Moses Aituma, we don't know. He's fought one guy that was named one. And that was Dillian White. That maybe the fight smelled fishy. Jermaine Franklin. His only other 2 decent fighters he fought, he lost to. So I think that was a good progressional fight. But number 10 on the all-time great list. Hey, for shits and giggles, I just came up with my top. I had to say my top 12 because this to me is more indicative of all-time great heavyweights. And these are mine that when I saw this, I scribbled them down. So if I probably gave it more thought, I would juggle them a little bit. But number 1, Jack Johnson's, in my opinion, the best heavyweight of all time. Rocky Marciano is number 2. Muhammad Ali is number 3. Joe Louis, how come he wasn't on the other list? He's number 4. Jack Dempsey's number 5. Lennox Lewis, believe it or not, Lennox Lewis is climbed to number 6 on my all-time great list. And if I made an all-time great list, 7 years ago, he wouldn't have been on my list. Just ask Dax Khan, Larry Holmes is number 7. He wouldn't have been on there. I've learned to appreciate Larry more of late. Mike Tyson, I do believe he's an all-time great. He did what he had to do in his era. George Foreman, number 9. Sonny Liston is number 10 for me. Number 11 is Frazier. And what about Evander Holyfield? You got to put him in. You got to put him in at number 12. So, that's my opinion. He's asking me, how's Ali number 3? Well, I think Ali, first of all, Jack Johnson is in a league by himself. Okay. And I believe if Marciano and Ali fought both in their prime, I think Rocky would have won. I mean, he just was that kind of a fighter. That's why I have him at number 3. Listen, Sam Langford should be on this list. Just off the top of my head, Sam Langford should be on here. I'm sure if I start thinking more and more, listen, Coach disagrees. He's not 10. He's saying Tyson's not top 10. That's an argument. And I think you look at fighters, and part of their all-time greatness, at least in my opinion, has to include what they brought to the sport. What they brought. What did they do, or did they do something in their career that altered the sport of boxing forever? And every one of them on my list have. And Muhammad Ali, everybody's so quick to say he's the best. And he certainly was in his era. He came and cleaned up an extremely deep, powerful heavyweight division. Many believe that the only division that was as stacked during that era was Jack Johnson's division, during his era. You could make the argument that Rocky Marciano had some tough guys, and Joe Louis had them, but they called them the Bum of the Month Club. But if you looked at some of those opponents, they would have been champions today, so it's really hard. But my list, that's what I have. And I do believe Mike Tyson belongs on there. Maybe he's number top 12 or something, but he made a big I thought he made a big impact on the sport. Jack Johnson, of course, did. Marciano did. Ali was worldwide. Joe Louis did. Dempsey did. Lennox Lewis changed the complexion of the heavyweight division. Larry Holmes was, he was a guy that was, it was hard to like him when he was a champ, to be honest with you, because all he kept doing was cutting up the previous champs. Mike Tyson changed it, man. People would rush home to watch a Mike Tyson fight. People would pay for a ticket to go to an arena and not feel ripped off if they only got 30 seconds of a fight. Sonny Liston was just a mean guy. George Foreman, George Foreman was we saw two versions of George Foreman. The one that was scary, the one that was a destroyer, and then the cheeseburger-eating grill guy that smiled and was happy, and he also beat up on people. Anyway, that's that. But we got Tyson Fury is not a great in his own time. God help us. Yeah, well, we don't know. We don't know if he is or not. Coach is saying they're rushing home now to see Jake Paul. Yeah, I know. It's like WWE. But anyway, hey, listen, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you tune in next week. We got a great show. Boxing Bob is going to be back on. Boxing Bob Newman of the Fight News editor. And guess what's coming back? The return of the Blast from the Past. I told you we were going to be doing that. So nothing is more fitting than the return of Alex Papali, because he's going to join me, and we are going to do a Blast from the Past. And we got a doozy for you because it's going to be the anniversary. So you got to tune in next week. Don't forget to tune in this weekend to all the networks to watch the fights I broke down. Triller TV, you got Netflix, and of course the Zone. So, hey, make sure you tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, I'll leave you with this. Ciao, baby.